Welcome once again to Northworthy Sagas and Stories. As ever, I'm Tyrkir Thorkelson, your host. Please keep on watching. Today, well, we're celebrating an important occasion. We'd like to thank you those who've been dedicated enough to bring us to the 150 subs mark. In fact, we've already passed it. Thank you. Wassail, good health. So, we will tell the ultimate myth of Ragnarok, Doom of the Gods, which begins with a CRS deep in a seether, a sitting out trance, high up on the platform, wrapped in furs, a blindfold covering her eyes. A spirit rises up out of her body, soars across the 9 worlds, across all of time and space. First, she tells of the remote first making of the worlds, when the gods slew the primordial ice giant Ymir in the morning of time, used his carcass to make the world, took his hollowed out skull to form the sky, and then used sparks and embers from Muspelheim, land of fire, to make the sun, the moon, and the stars, set them in their courses, racing across the heavens. For the sun and the moon are always pursued by 2 wolves, the children of Fenrir, son of Loki. But then, this CRS's mind journeyed into the far future, to a time when 3 winters fall upon the world. 3 winters full of murder, of fratricide. Brother shall kill brother. The bonds between father and son, mother and daughter will be broken. There will be much slaughter. It will be an axe age, a sword age, a wind age, and a wolf age, until all the world is ruined. Then another great winter, a Fimbul, mighty, awesome, mysterious winter. It will last for 3 years with no sign of spring or summer. There will be deadly frosts, and snow will drift in from all directions. And then all eyes will look to the sky on the dawning of the day of Ragnarok. 3 cocks will crow. One in Asgard, land of the gods. Another in Helheim, land of the dead. Another in Gallows Wood. And then the wolves chasing the sun and the moon will finally catch their prey, taking great bites out of the sun and moon disk, until finally they are gone altogether. And even the stars will vanish from the sky. And all mortal folk will be afraid. And then a great earthquake will wreck the world. Even mountains will topple, whole trees uprooted from the ground, and all bonds and fetters will break. Deep in the 9th world of hell, outside the Gneiper cave, Fenrir, the Fenris wolf, he will burst free from the fetters placed upon him ages ago. The Ravener will run free. His brother, Jormungand, Loki's son, the Middle-earth worm who lies on the seabed, will let go of the tail between his fangs. He'll rise up and displace the world of oceans so it spills onto the land, hauling himself ashore. And the ship of the dead, Nagelfar, made from dead men's nails, it will be loosed from its moorings deep in the bowels of hell. And this ship, well, it'll be a long time in the making, and many wish it would be sooner. For this reason, if someone goes to their grave, it's best that they do so with freshly trimmed nails, for men and gods wish to delay the completion of that dread vessel for as long as they can. And they're right to as well, for it's captained by Loki, and his crew are all of Hell's people, living dead men, the Draugr. And now, his sons, they'll advance side by side. Fenrir has grown so huge that his upper jaw scrapes the inside of the sky skull, his lower jaw dragging on the ground, while flames leap from his eyes and nostrils. His brother, the serpent, spits venom, spreads his burning vitriol until it spatters the sea and the sky. And above them, the sky will be cut open, cloven in twain by a burning sword so bright it will make the sun itself, now gone, seem dim. And through the gap will come Surt the Black, the fire demon, bringing his army of burning giants from Muspelheim. And they'll make their way to the foot of the Bifrost Bridge, the Rainbow Arc that leads to the land of the gods. They'll climb that brilliant arch as it creaks and cracks beneath them. And when they've ascended, it will collapse in a shower of iridescent wreckage. Heimdall, the watchman, he'll see them coming, blowing the Giala horn that resounds across the worlds. Now the Aesir, the first tribe of gods, they sit in council, discussing their plans for battle. Odin seeks advice and subtle stratagems from the head of Mimir the Wise. In the second world of Vanaheim, the Vanir, the second race of gods, they make themselves ready. In the third world of Alfheim, the elves meet in council. In the eighth world of Nidavellir, the dark home of the dwarves, those smiths, they howl before their rocky doors. The dwarfish princes wail in lament. And all come now to the plain called Vigrid, 100 leagues wide in every direction. Odin, he'll lead the gods. He'll be wearing his golden helmet, his coat of mail, carrying the spear Gungnir. With the gods will be all immortal heroes who've journeyed to the land of the gods after dying a warrior's death. They'll be there, ready for the final battle. But along with Fenrir, Jormungand, the armies of Muspelheim led by Surt, along with Loki and his undead legions, there will be the giants of Jotunheim led by Hrym, a Rime giant who commands the armies of ice and frost. Now the battle begins. Fenrir will make straight for Odin, but Tyr, the one-handed god of war, will step in his way. They'll trade blows, but finally, each will fall. Tyr, his gut spitting out. Fenrir, apparently laid low by a death blow. Meanwhile, Frey, the Lord of Life, will fight Surt the Black, but it will go hard for him after he gave his magical sword of sharpness to his messenger, Skirnir, to woo the giantess Gerd ages ago. And because of the lack of it, Surt the Black will win the fight with his burning brand. And Thor, he'll face the Jormungand, the great serpent that towers above him, dripping venom over the Thunderer. Thor will strike it on the head with Mjolnir. The serpent will die. Thor will turn, walk away 9 paces, and then fall dead himself from the monster's venom. But now the wolf will rouse himself, make for Odin, and eat the king of the gods whole. And to avenge him, the silent god Vidar, he'll step forth, wearing the strongest of all shoes, made from the offcuts that men make from the toe and the heel. This is why, when one has made a pair of shoes, one should always throw the waste away and never reuse it. This will delay the day of Ragnarok, but also make Vidar's shoes stronger. And he uses that shoe to press down on the lower jaw of the wolf. With one hand, he grasps the upper jaw, forcing it up until he breaks those jaws apart. And if that broken maw was not enough, he stabs the monster to the heart with his sword. Now the final contest is between Heimdall and Loki. A fierce exchange, but finally each will slay the other. Now the battle is done, Surt will spread fire over all the world, scorching it until the waters rise and drown the world. Darkness falls over all. But this will not be the end. A new earth will rise from the waters, where eagles fly over waterfalls, where crops will grow unsown. And there'll be a new land of the gods, with fine halls, Gimli and Sindri, and there'll be gods to populate it. The sons of Thor, Magni and Modi, will come, bearing Thor's hammer. And released from Helheim, Balder, his brother Hoder, and Balder's wife Nanna. They'll join them. Vidar, he'll be there as well. They'll sit upon the ground, take out the gaming board, use the golden pieces to play once more, while telling sagas of ancient times. And a man and a woman will emerge. Those 2 who survived, hiding within the trunk of Yggdrasil, the great ash tree that spans the worlds. Their names will be Life and Life Seeker, and their sons and daughters will populate the world anew. But for now, that's the end of the story of Ragnarok, Doom of the Gods. Thank you all for listening. Please follow us on Twitter and read it. And also don't forget to click the notification bell. Thank you.